ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Class number 81. Can repeat. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum.
वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुम्
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
After the discussion on Jiva, that is Jiva Vichara, Yashti Vichara, otherwise called Tvampada Vichara, Tvam meaning you, the Mahavakya, which is the Tatparyam of the Upanishad, Tat Tvam Asi. And any Mahavakya, Aham Brahma Asmi, whether it is Tvampada or Aham, it's referring to the Jiva. Tvam Padamba, Aham Padamba, referring to the Jiva. So, Vichara, to Jiva Vichara, Tvampada Vichara have been done in all the previous classes. This Tvampada Vichara, what we have done, is it not enough to conclude with that? Why do we need to do further study of the text? Because Jiva, the Swarupam of Jiva, is understood to be Atma. That is enough. Now, in the Mahavakya, Tat Tvam Asi, Tvam is done. The understanding of Tvam we have got, but what about Tat? Tat we don't know. Tat is that, meaning this Jagat and as well as the Jagat Karanam, Ishvara. So three things are the Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Swarupam of Jiva being Atma. Will that not be sufficient? Will it not make me free? The understanding of the nature of myself, will it not make myself enjoy moksha? Why should we deal with Tatpada, referring to this Jagat and the Jagat Karanam, Brahma, Ishvara? Because the Jagat is there. And the Jagat Karanam, Ishvara, that we don't know. Jagat is there. And from the Jagat, we understand there must be the creator or the projector of this Jagat. They are there, they must be there, and I am there, because they exist apart from me. Therefore, that vichara had to be done. Otherwise, this Jagat and the Ishvara will continue to be a threat, will continue to be a source of insecurity for me. The Swarupa of this Jagat, Jagat means it includes my body, mind, senses also. It is also a part of this Jagat. It is also a part of this Jagat. And everything in the Jagat is an object. So I am the only subject. Therefore, the subject object difference is there, Dvaitam is there. And this Jagat has got the Karta, Srishti Karta, Bhagavan is there. So he also is separate from me. Therefore, Dvaitam is there. Where Dvaitam is there, there Bhayam will be. Dvaitahi Bhayam Bhavati. Another thing, the second thing will continue to be a source of insecurity, will continue to be a source of threat, a constant threat. Because I am the only subject, I have to deal with the objects, so many objects, and in addition to that, the Ishvara also I have to deal with. So therefore, unless we analyze the nature of Tat and understand in spite of the difference, in spite of the difference between me and the Jagat Karanam Ishvara, we have to prove now Jagat is not different from Bhagavan. That we have to prove. Therefore, Jagat and Ishvara are one. That we have to establish. We will do that. Having established that, now Ishvara is that Ishvara is not separate from me. That we have to understand. That also to be understood through Shastram. Unless that understanding happens, the duality will not go. The duality will not go. The duality will continue to be. Therefore, I continue to be a samsari. I continue to suffer. I continue to be assumed to be frightened by this, frightened by the difference, frightened by a different thing. Ishvara, because he is different from me. That is what a person in the beginning thinks and understands. Anybody in the beginning will not have this understanding that I am Ishvara. I am the Ishvara, this cause of this Jagat. The beginning, Bhagavan is there. Maybe Bhagavan is located in Vaikuntha or Kailasha. Somewhere is located. I will go to him. I will reach him after Maranam. I continue to do seva to him. I continue to earn his grace, his anugraha. So I continue to enjoy the privilege to be with him, near with him. That is what's considered to be a moksha. And that is what it is. That is how it is taught in the beginning. But there, for the beginners, it's okay. For the beginners, we need that kind of approach. In spite of the difference, they feel secure by being near with Bhagavan. But when the person grows, that difference has also to be resolved. In spite of the difference is only in terms of this Sharira. In spite of the difference, one has to understand the non-difference between Jiva and Ishvara. You have to explain away the difference, but understand the non-difference. Because the reality being one, Bhagavan alone is the reality. Therefore, I, the Jivatma, is not separate from Ishvara, the Paramatma, who is the creator of this Jagat. That understanding should happen, then only it is complete, then only moksha is possible. Therefore, without analyzing the Tatpada, without Tatpada Vichara, the study is not complete. The equation is not complete. One part of the equation is there. Where is the second part of the equation? Tvam-pada Vichara done, when Tatpada Vichara to be done. After that, they are equated. Tvam is equal to Tat. That equal to is Asi. That is the Aikyam, oneness. That is what we say. Mahavakya, Jiva, Ishvara, Aikya, Jnanam is moksha. Jnanam, the knowledge of oneness of Ishvara and the Jiva. How Jiva and Ishvara can be one? Jiva has got this small, limited Sharira Manasangata, this body, mind, sense complex. And Ishvara has got the whole Jagat as its Shariram. Bhagavan's Shariram is this Jagat, the world. That is why everything in the world is looked upon as Ishvara. The mountain is looked upon as Ishvara. The huge Vriksha, Vata Vriksha, Ashwatha is looked upon as Ishvara. Every being in the world, animals, looked upon as Bhagavan, Ishvara. River looked upon as Ishvara. Everything is Ishvara, therefore everything is sacred. And they are referred to by the word Tat. Tat is a Sarvanama, it's a pronoun. Sarvanama is Sarvasya Nama, the name of everything. Everything has got a name. Everything has got a name. So how many names are there? There are so many objects, so many beings, so many things are there in the world, the universe. And they have got different names. All the names are names of the Lord only, because they are not different from Bhagavan. That is why Sarvanama, Sarvasya Nama, Sarvanama, and Tat Padam is Sarvanama. The Sarvanama Shabda. Takarantaha, it is Sarvanama Shabda. If you decline in Pullinga, it comes Sagataute. Strilinga, Satetaha. Sakalinga, Tatu Tatu, Sarvanama Shabda. Sometimes we refer to Bhagavan using the name Saha, sometimes Sa, sometimes Tatu, because it's not confined to any gender. All the genders are he only. So Saha we say sometimes Saha Ishvaraha is Aham Brahma Asmi iti. That Ishvara is me, the Brahma. Brahma is that which is not limited. So Ishvara is Purnaha, unlimited, infinite. Infinite is everything. That is why Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Everything is Bhagavan. That is why we say there is only Bhagavan. There is no, we don't say there is only one Ishvara, one God. There is only Bhagavan. What is here is only Ishvara. Bhagavan alone is. There is nothing other than Ishvara. There is nothing other than, there is no second thing other than Ishvara. When you say there is only one Bhagavan, and the one has got a problem. If one is there, then how are you going to account for this Jagat? How are you going to account for this Jiva? How are you going to account for my existence? I am there. One is there, I am there. There is no, Bhagavan is maybe one, but Jivas are many. Unless you equate them, unless you made them, unless you made them one in terms of understanding. When everything is one, there is no two. Therefore, there is only Ishvara alone. Because we have the understanding, we have the orientation of two means plurality. To negate that plurality only, we say Advaitam, Advaitam iti. So, that is why, unlike the other people, we don't say there is only one Bhagavan. We say what is there is only Bhagavan. There is nothing other than Bhagavan. When Bhagavan is everything, all the beings and things, which we may categorize as good or bad, everything is Bhagavan only. Dharmika Purusha is Bhagavan, Adharmika Purusha is also Bhagavan. Dharma is also Bhagavan, Adharma is also Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan is Dharma, Dharmatitaha, is all inclusive. Everything is included. This Dharma, Adharma, everything is a standpoint, it's a viewpoint. Everything is resolved into Bhagavan. Without Bhagavan, even Adharma cannot exist. Everything is Ishvara. That is the vision. It is the vision of the Shastra. For Vyavaharika purpose, we need Dharma, Adharma for maintaining the order. So, but everything is Bhagavan. Sukham is Bhagavan. Dukkham is Bhagavan. Labha is Bhagavan. Alabha is also Bhagavan. Mana is Bhagavan. Apamana is also Bhagavan. That is why a Jnani treats everything as same. Even it treats that Ninda, criticism also as its praise. With Tulya Ninda Siddharmoni, Santushto Yena Kena Chitta iti Gita, Advaita Sarva Bhutana, Adveshta Sarva Bhutana, doesn't have Dvesha for any beings because he understands the oneness. So, therefore, without discussing the Tatpadam, Chara is not complete. So, that proves the necessity of discussing, analyzing the Tatpadam, which is Ishvara. So, therefore, the next topic is Ishvara. Ishvara, as I said, it doesn't have particular location. He did not exist in a particular place and created this Jagat. Everything is Ishvara, is our vision. So, therefore, Pratyaksha Ishvara is the Pratyaksha Ishvara. Where is that Pratyaksha? Pratyaksha means that which you can see by your ordinary sense organs, sense perception. Can I see Bhagavan with my ordinary eyes? Yes. Why not? How do you say that? Shanno Mitra Shambarunaha शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि. In that simple, this Shanti Pata. Shanti Pata is not simple because we know we chant the Shanti Pata every day. All the Shanti Patas to be chanted. The Shanti Pata and any learner, Vedic chanting learner, they know this all the Shanti Pata. Therefore, it is simple. There, Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. Vayu is Pratyaksham Brahma. Vayu is the one of the Pancha Mahabhuta. It stands for all the Pancha Mahabhuta. Vayu is Pratyaksham Brahma. Then what about Agni? What about Apa? What about Prithvi? What about Akasha? Everything is Pratyaksham Brahma. Bhagavan alone appears in the form of this Pancha Mahabhuta, and from Pancha Mahabhuta only, the elements only, the 5 basic elements only, these elementals, they came. Elements combined become elementals. Pancha Bhautika. That is, this Prapancha is Pancha Bhautika Prapancha, made of these 5 elements. If 5 elements are Ishvara, what about Pancha Bhautika, the product of the combination of these 5 elements? That is also Brahma only. So Pratyaksham Brahma, this Jagat is Ishvara alone. So we don't need a special eye with the ordinary our sense organs. The eye, what we perceive in the world is Bhagavan. Everything is looked upon as Bhagavan. Our vision has to change. There is the instrument being the same. Chakshurindriya or Shotrendriya or Granendriya, any Indriya. Every Indriya perceives only Bhagavan. Every Indriya, Shrotra, Tvaka, Chakshu, Rasa, Ghrana, Visa, all the Pancha, Jnanendriya, or with the Pancha Karmendriya, whatever we do or whatever action we do on that, the objects, in terms of touching, in terms of the walking, everything is Bhagavan. Everything is done on Bhagavan. Whatever we perceive is Bhagavan alone. That vision has to be there. When the vision is there, when the understanding is there, then you see everything as Ishvara. So therefore, the perception of Ishvara is not in the literal sense. That the vision, how you look upon the Jagat, when your understanding, when the understanding comes, when your understanding of Dvaita, it changes to Advaita, then what you perceive is Ishvara alone. So therefore, now comes the discussion, the vichara on this Jagat and therefore Ishvara. When you say Jagat, Ishvara also naturally will be there, because Jagat is Srishtam, it is created. Because it is created, it must have a creator. So while discussing the Jagat, the created, then we discuss who is the creator of this created Jagat, Ishvara. Then what is the connection between them? Is this Jagat separate from Ishvara? Ishvara located in a particular place on a particular day and time, did he create this Jagat? All those discussions will come. So therefore, all those discussions will come, and finally, we will establish this Jagat is not different from Ishvara, and that Ishvara is myself. That is the vision. So therefore, for that purpose, the next topic is Ishvara. So let us read the next Vakya. Ata Chaturvimshati Tattvoत्पत्ति Prakaram Vakshyamaha.
Vakshyamaha
Vakshyamaha. Vakshyamaha means we shall tell. We shall tell. Vakshyamaha. What? Chaturvimshati tattva. Utpatti prakaram. Utpatti prakaram. Prakaram is the method. The method of utpatti. The origination of Chaturvimshati. Vimshati means 20. Chatur is 4. So Chaturvimshati means 24. So the 24 tattva, the factors, 24 factors are there. Now, Vakshyamaha, we shall teach. We shall teach the method of the creation, origination of this 24 factors. We will discuss what are those 24 factors and all. Atha, the word Atha indicates how the topic is changed from Jiva to Ishvara. The topic changes. Atha. So Atha is a word to indicate the next topic, the next paragraph. If it is a prose, this is in the form of a prose only. For our understanding, we are given lines in between. So in the form of a prose. So when the next paragraph, we don't have paragraph in Sanskrit. Atha means next paragraph. Atha is the change of topic. The topic changes. Atha means the next topic. Next topic, Atha after the next topic. After the previous topic, the next topic. What is the previous topic? Tvam padartha. Jiva vichara. The meaning of the word Tvam in the Mahavakyam. After discussing, after analyzing the Tvam padartha, Atha, now we shall Vakshyamaha, we shall talk about the Utpatti Prakaram, the method of origination of this 24 Tattva, the Padarthas. So Chatur Vimshati Prakaram. So Atha, hereafter, after this. So now the teacher takes up the Utpatti Prakaram, the method of the creation. Utpatti means creation, origination. Prakaram, the method, the mechanism, the mode. So Utpatti Prakaram means Srishti. Means Srishti Prakaram. Srishti, the creation. That will be the discussion. Vakshyamaha iti. Now, we see that everything is given. This body is given. The mind is given. The body with the sense organs are given. Karmendriyas are given. And the sense objects are given. And the sense, everything in the Jagat, it is given. So, given means there must be a cause. For this physical body, there must be a cause. The existence for the coming of this physical body and for this, and this physical body exists. There must be a karana. Similarly, the Jagat, the physical, the universe, it must have a cause. So there must be a cause. For the physical body, we say the cause is Sukshma Shariram. We saw that. For Sukshma Shariram to come to existence, there must be Karana Shariram. So if you have to keep on analyzing the cause. So there is always a Karana. For a Karya, for a product, there is a Karana. There is a cause. Every product has got a cause. So therefore, now the Srishti, if you take, it must have a Karanam. So the factors which are involved in the analysis of creation, the factors which are involved are Chaturvimshati, 24 model. 24 model creation. There are different models. So one model is this 24 model creation. So the factors which go into the analysis of the creation, which are mentioned as Chaturvimshati, that is 24. Utpatti prakara is Utpatti. Utpatti is Srishti. Prakara, the way of creation. Of what? Tattva. Tattva means the factors, categories. Tattva has got another meaning also. Tattva bodha. Tattva means the reality, the truth. But here it is, can tattva, you can take the meaning of the word tattva not as a reality, as the factors or categories or principles, whatever may be. So, in this model of understanding this created Jagat, created world, we propose that the factors involved are 24. That's why it's a 24 model. This model is 24 model, Srishti, the creation. 24 model. Sometimes we talk about 5 model. This 24 is reduced to only 5. 5 model creation. If we want to talk about the Srishti, there are so many things are there, countless things are there. How are you going to talk about the creation of these objects? Entire Srishti consisting of so many objects. The creation is going to be talked about, then each we have to talk about. The creation of each, the production or the coming of this, the source of each have to be talked about. Then the Srishti topic will not be complete. It will become, because so many things are there. 84 lakh jivas are there. They're going to talk about the Srishti of each. Then the discussion will not be over. Therefore, what we do is we divide the Srishti, the entire creation consisting of beings and things, into some groups for our convenience. And we call them Tattvam, the categories. We call them Tattvam. Here, that is the meaning of the word Tattvam here. So dividing the whole creation into various categories. And we call that into Tattvam. And the division into various categories, that differs from darshanam to another darshanam. One darshanam to another darshanam, it differs. In Sankhya, Vaisheshika, the division, it varies because it's a model. So we have science also, we have model, atomic model. This atomic model, then subatomic particle model, quantum theory. Some model is this Big Bang theory, that is a model. Different models are there to explain away the Srishti. Similarly, we have a model. If you see how the scientists, they analyze the creation, they do the analysis of this world and divide the world into various elements. It's element model, elementary model, starting from hydrogen onwards. In science, you would have seen in the Mendeleev periodic table. Mendeleev periodic table list out the number of elements. All the elements are there, including the isotopes, everything. Starting from hydrogen, helium, lithium, boron, all the elements. Hydrogen has got 1 electron, 1 proton. Its atomic number is 1. Then the element with the atomic number 2, 3, 4, etc. So they divide the creation into elements and explain away the objects. Water has got hydrogen and oxygen, 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen. Hydrogen is atomic number 1. The analysis they do, scientists. Same thing we do in Vedanta. We divide the Jagat into 24 categories, 24 tattva. Again, it is not, Vedanta is not science. The Tatparyam is not science, because we are not interested in establishing how many elements are there, how many categories are there. That is not our intention. That is not the tatparyam of the Shastra. That is why I said 24 model is there, 5 model theory is there, many models are there. Model, it's a model. It's a model to explain the creation, to arrive at the tattvam, the reality of this jagat, and to understand that it is not different from me. That is what we are interested. That is what Shastra is interested. Not interested in how many factors are there, how many elements are there. We say Pancha Mahabhuta, 5 elements are there. Are there 5 elements? These 5 elements, we say in some other Upanishad, they say only 3 elements. They don't talk about the 2 elements. Is there 5 elements or 2 elements? Vedanta is not the pramanam for establishing the number of elements or the elements. Vedanta is not a pramanam for that. It is available for science. Science will do. Science is based on pratyakshadi pramanam. Science will do. What science proves, Veda cannot disprove. What Vedanta proves, that science cannot disprove. Because Vedanta, Upanishad, Veda separate pramanam. And we have to understand what pramanam. That is why the introduction to Vedanta is important. So, Pratyaksha, Anumana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, Upamana, and Shabda Pramanam. All the 6 pramanams we accept. And what is a pramanam? Anadhigata, Abhadita, Arthavat, Jnana Bodhakam pramanam. So Vedanta, being a separate pramanam, it has no scope. It cannot prove or disprove what the other pramanam proves. So the 5 elements or 24 elements, categories, all these are not our tatparya. The science will do. They present different model, they do. But here for our purpose of analysis, we present it as 24 factors. So these 24 factors, they constitute this jagat, this prapancha. Now, what are these 24 factors? The author is going to say that. The author is going to present 24 factors are these 5 elements. What are those 5 elements? Akasha, Vayuhu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi. The 5 basic elements. Tanmatra. Then the 17 parts of Sukshma Shariram. You have to remember what is Sukshma Shariram. Panchikrita, Panchamahabhutai Pancha Jnanendriyani, 5 are there. Pancha Karmendriyani, 5 plus 5. Then Pancha Pranadeha, 5 pranas. Then Chittam and Ahankara. So 17. So Chittam and Ahankara. This Manas and Buddhi, not Chittam and Ahankara. Chittam and Ahankara plus 2. This Manaha and Buddhi. So Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Pranadeha, Manaha Buddhi. This 17 Saptadasha Kalavihi. It Tishtati Tatu Sukshma Shariram iti we have seen. So 17 parts of Sukshma Shariram and Pancha Mahabhuta and plus Chittam and Ahankara. Chittam and Ahankara. The mind, sometimes it is divided into 4. Sometimes divided into 2. In Tattva Bodha, here we saw that mind divided into 2 as Manas and Buddhi. Therefore, 17 parts of Sukshma Shariram and 2 more are there, Chittam and Ahankara. So 17 plus 2, 19. 19 plus this 5 elements, Panchamahabhuta, 5, 24. These are the 24 factors. Chittam and Ahankara also, including that, we have 19 plus 5, 24. Here the author will not mention all those. He just says, Chatur Vimshati Tattva Utpatti Prakaram Akshyamaha iti. So, this model of 24 factors is borrowed from the Sankhya Darshana. It is from the Sankhya Darshanam. Sankhya, they talk about this 24. They present this Jagat as Jagat with this 24 model. We don't have problem. We differ from the darshanam, from the vision of what the Sankhya says, but we don't have problem in buying this theory, this model from the Sankhya. Any model we can buy and explain away. So we don't have problem. Therefore, this Sankhya theory of creation we buy, and the author in fact has bought this model from the Sankhya and says 24 factors are there. Okay, now we are going to explain what it is there. That's the next sentence. Read the next sentence. Brahmashraya
Brahmashraya
Sattvarajas-tamo gunatmika
Sattva-rajas-tamo gunatmika
Maya asti.
Maya asti.
The word Maya is important. The word Maya often misunderstood as something which deludes. Maya something which, as though a separate, a strong force is there, which is generally depicted as woman, which deludes the people. It is Puranic way of telling story. But Maya is Vibhuti of Ishvara. Without Maya, the Srishti cannot come to existence. The Maya is the Adhishtanam, is the Maya as its Brahma as its Adhishtanam. Maya as Brahma as its Adhishtanam. Without Brahma, Maya doesn't exist. Brahma alone cannot do the creation. Brahma means this Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam, Shuddha Chaitanyam, consciousness, that alone cannot be the cause for this Jagat. Brahma with Maya. Maya is a Upadhi. See, it is like this. In the Jiva Vichara Visa, Aham Atma Shuddha Chaitanyam iti. Fine. You are Shuddha Chaitanyam. Now, without this body, mind, sense complex, it's called Upadhi. It's called the Upadhi. Without that, can you do anything? Can you accomplish anything? Can you walk or can you talk? Cannot do. Chaitanyam being there, without this Upadhi, nothing can be done. Nothing can be accomplished. Cannot do any activity. This Upadhi is, through Upadhi only, this Chaitanya manifest. Through this Sharira Upadhi alone, this Chaitanyam, Aham, Atma, I manifest through this Sharira. When the Shariram goes away, I don't go. I continue to be there as Chaitanya, because that is myself, that is my Swarupa. So the body is an Upadhi. Again, here, when I say like this, the confusion may come. So does it mean Chaitanyam and body, two things are there, Dvaitam is there? That is what we are going to discuss. That is why I said, unless we discuss the Vichara, unless we do this Vichara, the discussion is not complete. We have to deal with the Jagat, you have to deal with the Shariram. Shariram also has to be explained. This Upadhi also is explained. So that is why the discussion is not complete unless we discuss the Jagat and Jagat Karanam Ishvara. So, from the example what I give, you understand that Upadhi is required for the manifestation of this Chaitanya. Similarly, Maya is the Upadhi. For whom? For Brahma Chaitanya, for the total. For Brahma, we use the word Ishvara also. can use Ishvara, Bhagavan, anybody can use. But word Ishvara is sometimes it is used in the technical sense also. That we will see. Swamiji uses the word Ishvara. So we can also use it. Nothing wrong with that. But it is sometimes, it is not sometimes, it is a technical word also in some other context. That we will see. But here what the word Ishvara is, the meaning Brahma. That is the Chaitanya. Chaitanya. Chaitanya is Chaitanyam only. Consciousness is conscious. There is no individual consciousness. There is no total. Water is water only. Whether it is a pot water or whether it's a ocean water. Pot, what is inside the pot is water. What is inside, what is there in the ocean is also water. What is the difference? There is no difference. Pot water is, the pot water is as though limited. Water is as though limited by the pot, the walls of the pot. It is, pot is small. Therefore, the pot conditions as though conditions the water. Ocean water doesn't have any condition. Condition is there, only the boundaries are the condition. Since the boundary is unlimited, it has got unlimited boundary, ocean. Therefore, we say, therefore we may think pot water is different from ocean water. It is not different. Both are water. Both are H2O only. If you mix the pot water with the ocean water, then where is pot water? It has become, it is already one, it has become one. It is already one. It need not become one. There is only one water. There is no second. There are no waters, only one water. That is why Apaha is water, only one Apaha. Apaha is Anitya Bhagavachanam in Sanskrit. It is always Bhagavachanam. Anyway, I mean, the word Apaha referring to both, whether it is pot water or Samudra Jala. Both are water only. So there is no difference. The difference is because of the Upadhi. Upadhi is a difference. The Upadhi for pot water is the pot. The Upadhi for the ocean is the boundary. Water remaining the same. Because of the difference in Upadhi, there seems to be difference. There seems to be difference between the two. In fact, there is no two. My tongue doesn't want to say even the two. There seems to be difference. Similarly, consciousness, Chaitanyam, awareness, that being one. With limited to the body, it is called Atma. We say individual consciousness. That individual is not proper. It is consciousness only. With regard to the total, that is also Chaitanyam only. So there is no individual consciousness. There is no total consciousness. The word we use only for our understanding. Because of the Upadhi Veda, for the individual, for me, the body is the Upadhi. So as though limited by the body, the consciousness as though limited by the body, it's called individual consciousness. And for the consciousness, which is as though limited by the total, this Jagat, it is called total consciousness. So what is the difference between the individual and total? There is no individual, there is no total. Consciousness is consciousness only. Because we are referring to the Jiva, therefore we say individual consciousness. When we refer to Ishvara, we say total consciousness. So therefore it is only one consciousness. There are no two. So therefore we have to understand this. As this Sharira Mana Sangata is the Upadhi for the Atma. That's why it's better to use the word Atma and Brahma. So now you understand the meaning of the word Atma and Brahma. Atma referring to the consciousness which manifests through this limited Upadhi, Sharira Mana Sangata, this body, mind, sense. And when the consciousness expressed through this, manifests through this Jagat, it's called Brahma. So Atma and Brahma, individual and the total. So that better word is Atma Brahma is it's better. Samskrita word is better. So as the individual, as the upadhi, this Sharira Manas Sangata, similarly, for the total, Maya is the upadhi. As the Sharira Manas Sangata is upadhi for Atma to manifest, similarly, Maya is the upadhi for Ishvara to manifest, for Brahma to manifest. So therefore, Maya as its Adhishtanam, as its dependency on Brahma. And what is the nature of this Maya? We analyze the total now. When we analyze the total, the individual also will come because the individual is included in the total. We are going to discuss on the Maya, the Upadhi. We are going to discuss Upadhi, the nature of the Upadhi. Body, mind, senses also Upadhi. So when we discuss the total Upadhi, which includes the individual Upadhi also, the nature of the total Upadhi, that is Maya. What is that? It is of the nature Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So here the author uses 3 new words. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. We have not heard this before because we are the beginners of Vedanta. Therefore, these are new words now. Even if you have listened to these words before, we have to take it as some new words which we don't know. The disciple here who listens to the words of the Guru doesn't know what is Rajas, what is Sattva, what is Rajas, what is Tamas. 3 new words. And the author says, this Maya is of the nature of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunatvika, Maya, Asti. Maya is there. What? It is Brahmashraya. Is Ashraya means dependency. It has its base. It has its Adhishtanam. And what? Brahma. So Brahmani, Adhishtitam. Minus Brahma, Maya cannot exist. And through Maya only, this Brahma manifests. Like through the body, Chaitanya, the consciousness manifests similarly in the total perspective. So, now the author begins the discussion on this world, the Jagat, which is created, along with its cause. The cause is Brahma, this cause is Brahmashaya Maya. Brahmashaya Maya, Maya is the cause. So, therefore, Jagat Karanam, Jagat Karyam. Jagat is a Karyam, and the Karanam of this Jagat is Brahmashaya Maya. So, that is for the discussion. In the Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, the word Tat, that word Tat refers to the cause of the Jagat. The cause of this Jagat. Jagataha Karanam. Jagat Karanam is Brahma. That Brahma, that Maya Sagita Brahma alone manifests this Jagat. So, and that cause, Jagat Karanam is what is referred to with the word by Tat, and Tat is equated to Tvam. It means what? The cause of the Jagat, that is, the cause of the Jagat, Maya alone is not the cause. Maya alone is not the cause. This Brahmashaya Maya, and Brahma is the cause. Brahma, through with the help of the Maya alone, this which projects this Srishti, this creation. So Brahma, the word Tat minus the Upadhi, Tat referring to Brahma. In the Mahavakya, you have to drop the Upadhi. When you are equating, that's what Maha equation is. When I say Tat Tvam Asi, Tvam referring to the individual, Tat referring to the total, individual and total are equated means not with the Upadhi. My Upadhi is limited. Ishvara Upadhi is huge, unlimited. How can it can be equated? Therefore, drop the Upadhi, drop the Maya from the total, drop this Sharira Manas from the individual. Equated means Atma is equal to Brahma. So the Brahma, which is the cause for this Jagat, is Tvam, is you. It means the cause of this Jagat is Tvam, you. That is what the equation is. Tatu Tvamasi. Tat referring to Jagat Karanam. What is the Jagat Karanam? This Brahma is the Jagat Karanam. Dropping the Upadhi, Tat referring to the Brahma. And the Brahma, which is the cause of this Jagat, is Tat Tvamasi. You are that. So I am the cause of this Jagat. Now we have to find out how this is possible. How I can be the cause of this Jagat. Ayyeva sakalam jatam, mai sarvam pratishtitam, mai sarvam layam yati, tasmat brahma eva aham, advayam aham iti. Kaivalya Upanishad. So, therefore, that means the cause of the Jagat, that is Ishvara, which is the meaning of the word Tat Pada Vachyam, that Ishvara. So, I'm referring to you, the individual Jiva. That is the immediate meaning. So Ishvara and Jiva. That means Ishvara, that is the immediate meaning of the word Tat. So I'm referring to the individual Jiva, Tvam Padavachyam, the immediate meaning of the word you. Now the Shastram, being a Pramanam, it makes a statement that Brahma, which is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma iti in Taittiriya Upanishad, says that Brahma, or it can be called Sat, as it in Chandogya Upanishad, Satyam. The same Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It is talked about in Taittiriya Upanishad. It is the cause for this Jagat. It is the cause for this Jagat, and that is you. Tvam iti. So, Brahma is the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is the cause for this Jagat. Taittiriya Upanishad, it says, Tasmadeva etasmat atmanaha akasha sambhutaha akashat vayuhu vayoragnihi agnerapaha advyah prithvi prithvyam oshadayaha. Or in other place says yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti. That is, from that Brahma alone, Tasmat etasmat atmanaha akasha sambhutaha. From that Brahma alone, akashadi, akasha, vayu, ragni, apa, prithvi, everything is born. All the five elements are born. All the five elements are born from Brahma. From the first element born is akasha. The first element is akasha. Once it is born, is it akasha different from Brahma? No. From Brahma, this akasha Brahma is born. From Brahma, this akasha meaning the space. Space means it includes time also. Akasha Brahma is born. From this akasha Brahma, Vayu Brahma, all the way it is Brahma only. When it is born, it means the Brahma doesn't undergo any change. That is why we say it is Vivarta Upadana Karana, doesn't undergo any, without undergoing any change from Brahma, all these are born. Therefore, from the Brahma, Akasha Brahma is born. From the Akasha Brahma, Vayu Brahma is born. From Vayu Brahma, Agni Brahma is born. From Agni Brahma, this Apa Brahma is born. From Apa Brahma, this Prithvi Brahma is born. So everywhere, all the way it is Brahma alone. That alone manifests in the form of these five elements. And from these five elements only, this Panchabhautika, the elemental world is created. From that only all the trees, plants, and all the food what we eat, and this Shariram, body, everything has come to existence. Therefore, all these are what? All these are Brahma alone. All these are Brahma alone. Therefore, the Karya, the product, is not separate from Brahma. Like the pot is not different from clay. The pot is the karya, the product, and the karanam is clay. The pot is not different from clay. Pot, the karya, created, produced from the karanam, drit, not separate. Similarly, this karya, jagat, which has come from Brahma through the Panchamahabhuta, and Panchamahabhuta combined to become elementals and in the form of these plants, trees, everything, and the food, and including our body, etc. This is the karya, this is the product, and the cause is Brahma. Brahma. Therefore, this karya, Brahma, is not different from Karana Brahma. This karya is not away from the Karana, as pot is not away from clay. Therefore, Brahma is the Karanam, and this Karyam is, since it is not different from Brahma, therefore this Karya, this Jagat is also Brahma. Therefore, because it is not away, therefore only it is not included in the 24 tattvas. Brahma is not included in the list of 24. Brahma is a Karanam we are saying. Then where is that mentioning of Brahma in the 24 tattva? Because Brahma is the cause. Therefore, it is the cause from which the karya, the product, has come to existence, and the karya is not different from the karanam. Therefore, it is not included. Because everything is Brahma only. All the Panchamahabhuta, what I said, the 5 elements and the 17 components of the Sukshma Sharidam and the Chittam and Ahankara, which make the 24. Everything is Brahma. So, therefore, Brahma has separately not included the list of this 24 tattvas. Brahma has got a role in the creation as the Adhishtanam, as the Karan, which we'll be seeing, which is not included in the list. Because Brahma is Nityam. It is Nityam, Nirvikaram, doesn't undergo any change. Without undergoing any change, it projects this Srishti, this Jagat. So, therefore, now, this Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, we discussed this Satyam. Satyam is the existence, Jnanam, knowledge, Anantam, Anandam, that is Brahma is Shuddha Chaitanyam, which is, how can that be the cause? Brahma alone cannot be the cause for this Jagat. That is, Brahma must have something. Brahma is the cause, we say, for a product to come to existence. In the world, for a product to come to existence, we need 2 things, 2 causes we need. One is the Nimitta Karanam, other one is Upadana Karanam. Nimitta Karanam means the maker. The maker. Upadana is the material. For the creation of pot, what are the things required? What are the causes involved in the creation of a pot? First is material is required. We need clay. Clay is the material out of which the gata, the pot, is created. But clay alone will not become pot on its own. If clay alone becomes pot, then it is very easy for us. You can just keep rice, it will become annam. We don't have to cook, we don't need fuel. And that is very expensive now. So we don't have to cook at all. Rice will automatically become annam, but that doesn't happen. Clay cannot become itself into a pot. We need the person, the pot maker, with all the tools it requires. It requires a wheel, it requires a stick. So the pot maker with all its instruments is one karanam. That is Nimitta Karanam, is a maker. And the material is the clay. So 2 karanams are required. 2 causes are involved in producing the effect, Ghata, the pot. Similarly, here also, for Jagat, Brahma is the Karanam, we said. But Brahma alone is not the Karanam, because it is Nimitta Karanam. There must be Upadana Karanam, there must be a material cause. There must be material cause. What is that material cause? That material cause is Maya. And the Maya is, as Maya doesn't exist apart from Brahma, and it is of the nature of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Iti. That is what the author mentions here. More on this, we will see. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.